I hope that you are well and that you had a good day um, so far. All right, so today we'll be doing our grade 4 English lesson on synonyms. So we'll be doing our grade 4 English lesson on synonyms. And before we start with our lesson on synonyms, we're going to log into aplusstudents.ca with your username as well as your password. And then you're going to select the subject of language arts, grade 4. So once we've selected the subject of language arts, grade 4, we're going to scroll down by the chapters, up until we get the chapter of synonyms. So we'll click on synonyms. All right, so once we're in the chapter of synonyms, the lessons that we are going to be focusing on today is to choose the synonym, which sentence has the same meaning, and find synonyms in context, right? So we're going to choose the synonym, which sentence has the same meaning, and to find synonyms in context. That is going to be our lessons or our focus lessons for today. So we're going to start with the first lesson, which is to choose the synonym. All right, so synonyms. Synonyms are words with the same meaning or almost the same meaning, right? So you'll have two or more words, right, that either has the same meaning, right, or almost the same. So the words are different. The words are different, but the meanings of these words are the same or it is almost the same. For example, like dad and father, right? So dad and father, they basically have the same meaning, right? Because both of them take the role of the head of the house, the man of the house, for example, right? It is your um let's say our dad, it's our father, right? So both of these, which is your dad or your father, you can basically either call your dad your father, or you can call your father your dad, right? And it basically has the same meaning or almost the same meaning, right? If we go to, let's go to our whiteboard. All right, so here we also have a little description of what a synonym is, right? So synonyms, it's a word or it's words that has the same or similar meaning to another word, right? So those are synonyms. So similar, it means the same or it means alike, right? So it can either be similar word, same word, or word that is almost alike, right? Like for example, simple. If instead of using the word simple, it is simple, right? You can also say that it is easy, right? Mad, mad. Or we can say the person is angry. The person is either mad or the person is angry. Large, right? Large. Another word for large is big, right? So it's either large or it's big, right? But we can use both of these words. Then we have I enjoy. It's the same as saying I like, right? To giggle is to laugh. And then to shut something is to close something. Loud, like it's very loud in here. We can say it's very noisy in here. You can even mention either we begin or we start, finish, end, right, or complete even. If something is difficult, we can even say that it is hard. So these are synonyms, words that either has the same or it has similar meanings to another word, right? Which means that it's words that is either similar or it's words that is either the same in meaning or it is almost alike in meaning. And as you can see, these words are different, right? However, like we say, it's either the meaning is the same or the meaning are almost the same. So now we are going to choose different synonyms, right? Which word is a synonym of perhaps, right? So perhaps I should go to the park, right? So perhaps is another word for perhaps is like saying maybe. So you can either say perhaps or another word of perhaps is like saying maybe, right? So maybe is the synonym of perhaps. So perhaps I should go to the park. Maybe I should go to the park, right? So it is words that is either same meaning or almost the same meaning. Which word is similar to a ship, right? So a word that is the synonym of ship or similar to ship or the same as ship or almost the same as ship, we can say it is a boat, right? So the boat is almost the same in meaning as a ship. And sometimes a lot of people still get the differences wrong between these two, right? A boat is more smaller, whereas a ship is bigger, right? But both of these two, which is the ship as well as the boat, it is used to carry people or things on the water. It's a form of water transport or transport on water, right? So a ship and a boat. Ship is way bigger than a boat, right? Or a boat is smaller than a ship. However, a boat and a ship is used to carry people or things over water. It is a form of water transport. All right, moving on. Which word is a synonym of terrible? Terrible, right? So the word that is the synonym of terrible, right? Is we can say is something is terrible. We can say something is awful, right? We can say it is awful. And both terrible as well as awful, it tells us that something is very bad, right? So if something is bad, we can say it is either terrible, or if something is bad, we can say it is awful, right? So both awful as well as terrible, they are synonyms of one another, right? And both words, they tell us that something is very bad. Something is awful, or we can say something is terrible, right? So these are synonyms. Let us go to our test. All right, so now we are going to try and see which word is the synonym of imagine or the same as imagine, right? So we need to find the synonym of imagine. So imagine, we need to say if it is, or find the meaning to say if it is either the same as show or pretend. So imagine. Which word is the synonym of imagine? Is it show or is it to pretend? Like if you imagine something, right? All right, so if we find the meaning, not the meaning, the word similar to imagine, right? Imagine is small things that you are thinking of, right? It is you are in your mind, you are thinking about all of these things, right? In your mind, you are visualizing things. Um, can be in a form of pretense also, but you are pretending to be there or present in that specific, like especially with our thoughts and our imagination, right? So, pardon. So if we find the synonym of imagine, right, then we must either try to find out if it's either show or to pretend. All right. So basically, the synonym of imagine is, let's say, pretend. Because show is to show something, and imagine is to think of something, right? Unless it is showing something in your mind. Let's rather go with show. Oh, pretend. So we are creating something in our mind. We are pretending that this thing is real. That is why even with creative writing, we say you need to imagine it. It's like you are pretending that whatever you are thinking, it is happening. Which word is the synonym of a note? A note. Note is not the same as send or note the same as a letter. So a note, your teacher sent you with a note to the other teacher's class. A note, right? Or your parents sent a note. So another word or the synonym of note we can say is letter, right? Because both is in a form of writing. A letter, something that you need to, that was written, right? And there is either something written on there either for someone else. Which word is a synonym of destroy, right? So if you are destroying something, doesn't mean that you're ruining something or you're fixing it. Destroy. So destroy. Does it mean that you are ruining it or or fixing it? Destroy. So we need to find the synonym. One of these words that is the same as destroy, either ruin or fix. And destroy, it basically means either to end something or to damage something, or it's like you're attacking something, right? Which means that we are not fixing anything. If you're damaging something, you're not fixing it, right? Which means that destroy is similar to ruin because fixing, it's not to do with damaging or breaking something. Now we have autumn. Autumn. We need to find the synonym of autumn. Is it afternoon or fall? So autumn is one of our seasons, right? It is the seasons where they say the leaves are turning brown, right? Leaves are starting to fall off the trees. Autumn is after summer, right? So, which means another word for autumn is fall, right? Not afternoon. Which word is a synonym of perhaps? So, perhaps I should go take a nap, right? So, perhaps I should go take a nap. Doesn't mean maybe I should go take a nap or no, I should take a nap, right? So it's like you are expressing uncertainty, right? Or you are expressing it's more uncertainty, right? And if we were to choose the correct word, which the answer, the two options, which is either maybe or no, then we will say maybe also expresses uncertainty because maybe is not giving us a direct yes or direct no. It's not telling us directly what the person will do, right? Because you don't know yet. You are still uncertain. Maybe I should go to my school prom, for example. You are not certain yet. So perhaps I should, maybe I should. All right, so which word is a synonym of complete? Complete. Is it finish or distance? So I completed my task. I completed my task. It's the same as saying I finished my task, right? I completed my chores. I finished my chores, right? Distance is something else. So complete and finish, it is synonyms. Words either the same or similar in meaning, right? So those are the synonyms that we just chose. Now we're going on to which sentence has the same meaning, right? And once again, we said synonyms are words with the same meaning or almost the same meaning. So it has the same meaning or almost the same meaning, right? So if you change a word, so if you change a word, right, in a sentence to a synonym, then the meaning of that sentence stays the same, right? Because these two words or the words, they basically have the same or almost the same meaning. So the meaning of the sentence, it won't change because these two words basically mean the same thing, right? For example, my dad is a teacher, right? My dad is a teacher. If we replace that word with a word that is similar in meaning, then we can say, my father is a teacher, right? These two sentences or the sentences will basically still stay the same, or the meaning of the sentences will still stay the same because dad and father, they either have the same meaning or they have the meaning that is almost the same. They almost mean the same or they are. Basically, in this case, it has the same meaning, right? Which means that the meaning of the sentence, it does not change. It stays the same, right? All right. So now we're going on to our sentence. The spaceship crashed on a strange planet in a distant corner of the galaxy. So the spaceship crashed on a strange planet in a distant corner of the galaxy, right? So we need to find a word that is either the same or similar in meaning to the word distant, right? So distant. So the spaceship crashed on a strange planet in a distant corner of the galaxy. So distant, another word or word that is the same or similar is far, right? So both distant as well as far, so both distant as well as far, both means that it is not close by. So it is not close, it is far. It is not close, it is in a distance, right? It is distant, in a distant. So which means that far and distant, they are synonyms, right? They are synonyms, and both of these words means not close. All right. My dad gets mad when in his car, the GPS receiver in his car gives him incorrect directions. So we need to find a word the same or similar in meaning to incorrect. So my dad gets mad when the GPS receiver in his car gives him incorrect directions. So incorrect. Another word for incorrect we can say is wrong. Because incorrect means that it is not right. And if something is not right, it is wrong, right? Which means that both wrong and incorrect, it means that it is not true. It is not right. So if something is not right, it is wrong, right? So incomplete, or we can say it gives wrong directions. A fresh egg will become hard after it cooks for about 10 minutes in boiling water. So hard. We need to find a word similar in meaning to hard, right? Synonyms. A fresh egg will become hard after it cooks for about 10 minutes in boiling water. Hard. So another word for hard, which is similar in meaning, is firm, right? It will become firm. And both means that it will not be watery anymore, will be harder or more stiff, firm, right? That is what it means. So especially when it comes to an egg, it will not be won't be liquid. A few of sentences. All right, now we can word that is in meaning same of the so in forming example out of Then we have Canada, American, Canada, Pacific, or a right. I'm not sure if you can see the screen. All right. Perhaps we can go to the movies if we finish all our chores. So perhaps, the word perhaps, we need to find the sentence that has the same word with the same meaning, right? So perhaps, is it tomorrow we can go to the movies if we finish all our chores? Or maybe we can go to the movies if we finish all our chores. All right, so perhaps another word for perhaps, right? Remember, you are unsure. So, which means that perhaps is like saying, maybe we can go to the movies if we finish all our chores. So, perhaps or maybe. Is there room on the boat for three adults and one kid? To the word kid, we need to find a word similar in meaning to kid. Is there room on the boat for three adults and one suitcase? Or is there room on the boat for three adults and one child? So we need to find the sentence that has the same word that is in that's the same meaning as kid. Is it suitcase or child? All right, so which means that we're going to choose the second one, which is there room on the boat for three adults and one child? So you can either say a child is the same meaning as a kid, not a suitcase. A suitcase is a thing, it's a bag. Hannah left a sweet note on the kitchen table for her mom. We need to find a word or sentence with the word that is similar in meaning to note. Is it Hannah left a sweet pie on the kitchen table for her mom? Or Hannah left a sweet letter on the kitchen table for her mom? So, letter. Is letter or pie the same as note? Something written, right? Which means that we will choose the second option, right? Because the second option is Hannah left a sweet letter, because letter is the same as a note on the kitchen table for her mom. It was pleasant to see the different breeds of dogs at the dog show. Pleasant. Does it mean that it was convenient to see the different breeds of dogs at the dog show? Or it was enjoyable to see the different breeds at the dog of dogs at the dog show? So we need to either say, find a word that is the same or similar in meaning to pleasant. So is it convenient? Is convenient the same as pleasant? Or enjoyable the same as pleasant? Right? So pleasant, it was, we can say it was enjoyable, right? Because they had fun, they enjoyed it, they liked it, right? So these are sentences, right, that has the similar meaning. And with synonyms, right, that has synonyms is of course words that either has the same meaning or meanings that are almost the same. So which means that if we replace the specific word, right, with a word that is similar in meaning, then it means that that sentence will not change because the meanings are either the words are either the meanings of the words are either the same or the meanings of those words are almost the same. So the meaning of the sentence will not change if you add a specific, like let's say a different word in place of another word or a word that is similar in meaning to another word. All right, so now we are going to find synonyms in context, right? In context. And remember, we said that synonyms are words with the same meaning, or it is words with almost the same meaning, right? So those are synonyms. All right, we need to select the synonym of the word in bold. Dad said that when I complete my homework, I need to rake the leaves. When I finish raking, then I can go play. So dad said that when I complete my homework, I need to rake the leaves. And when I finish raking, then I can go play. So we need to find or select the synonym of the word in bold. So we need to find the word that is either the same in meaning of complete or almost the same in meaning of complete. So basically, a word that is the same or almost the same as complete is to finish, right? Because it's like his dad saying that if he does not finish, then he won't be able to go play. So he needs to finish, right? His homework, then he needs to rake the leaves. And when he's finished raking the leaves, then he can go and play. So finish is a word that is the synonym of complete, right? And both complete and finish, it means to do something until it is done. It is done. That is what complete and finish mean. Oh, sorry. Let's first go to another sentence. In the winter, Mandy wears a red wool coat. So, coat, right? In the spring and summer, she usually wears a denim jacket. So, we need to find the synonym of the word in bold in this sentence, right? So, in the sentence or in the sentences, right, we will basically find another word that is similar in meaning or that's the same in meaning as the word coat. So, in the winter, Mandy wears a red wool coat, and in the spring and summer, she usually wears a denim jacket. So we need to find a word that is a synonym coat within our sentences. So coat, we can say jacket, right? So a jacket is the of coat, or coat is the synonym of jacket. And both of these, right, which is coat and jacket both means that it is worn over clothes for warmth. So you wear a jacket for warmth and you also wear a coat for warmth. Dr. Leonard and his team of scientists hope to discover a cure for cancer. So Dr. Leonard and his team of scientists hope to discover a cure for cancer. They also want to find a way to stop the disease before it starts. So we need to find another word within our sentences that we have here in front of us that means the same as to discover. Discovering a cure for cancer. If you want to discover a cure for cancer, it means that you want to find a cure for cancer. So discover, the synonym of discover is to find, right? And both discover and find, right? It means to see or become aware of something, right? You are aware of something you just found, discovered, or they want to become aware or to see something, right? So that is words that we identified in the sentences that has the same or similar meanings, right? To another word that is in bold. So now we're going on to our test. The first few scenes of the movie were quite amusing by the end, though the movie wasn't funny anymore. So we need to find another word within our sentences that's the same as amusing. Is it funny or is it movie? So the first few scenes of the movie were quite amusing, and by the end, though, the movie wasn't funny anymore. So another word for amusing, it means funny, right? I find it quite amusing, right? It's like you are giving a subtle, soft laugh, or you're laughing. So it basically means that it is funny, right? Amusing is similar to funny. Albert is eager to start fifth grade in September. He will be going to a new school and is excited to make new friends. So, eager, does it mean excited or new? We need to find the correct word that is similar in meaning to eager. Albert is eager to start fifth grade in September. So another word for eager is excited. So he's excited to start fifth grade in September. Right? So excited because he will also be making new friends. That cake we bought at the bakery last week was awful. It was dry and the frosting tasted terrible too. So we need to find a word that is either the same or almost the same as awful in within these sentences. Awful. So something that is awful is it terrible or frosting? So terrible. So another word for awful is terrible, right? Terrible is the word that is the same or similar in meaning. Mrs. Copeland said it's not polite to interrupt when someone is speaking. So Mrs. Copeland said it is not polite to interrupt when someone is speaking. So polite. I always try to be respectful, but I sometimes forget. So polite, another word for polite, is it respectful or it's forget? Polite. All right, so another word for polite is being respectful, right? Dad said that when I complete my studies, my homework, sorry, I need to rake the leaves. And when I finish raking, then I can go play. We need to select the word that is similar in meaning to complete within our sentences. So another word for is it either finish or raking. All right, so which means that complete, another word for complete is to finish, right? All right, so these are synonyms, right? So within our lessons today or the chapters today, we had to choose the synonyms, and we said synonyms are words with either the same or almost the same in meaning. So we will have different words, right? We will have different words, but the words are either the same meaning or almost the same meaning, right? So within our lessons today, we had to choose the synonyms, and then we also said which synonym has the same in meaning. So remember, even with when it comes to sentences that like words that we identify within a sentence, let's say synonyms, if we replace a specific word that is similar in meaning, right, then it means that the meaning of that sentence will not change. It will not change because even though the word is different, but the meaning of the word is still the same, meaning it means the same thing. Like, for example, my dad is a teacher, or you can say my father is a teacher, right? Either way, it is the same. Because some people call their dad dad, and some people call their dad their father, right? So the father figure, dad, it is all the same, right? So that is basically where we had to say which sentence has the same meaning, right? And then also finding synonyms within the sentences, where we had to find synonyms that is either the same within the sentences or let's say within the context. And we made an example of funny or amusing, both of it being funny, right? Or amusing is like you are laughing, right? So this is basically the end of our lesson on synonyms. And we said synonyms are words that either has the same or almost the same in meaning, right? All right, so this is now the end of our lesson, grade 4 on synonyms. I really hope that you have an amazing evening further. Goodbye.